What's good, y'all? What's good, y'all? You already know main event straight up in here. Up in here, we here. Let me make sure we everything good on my side. Hold up. I don't know why it's not. Let me make sure we good. Okay. All right, we good. Welcome. This is main event Trey. I can do all things, everything. You know what I mean. I do look a little crusty today, but it's all good. We go talk about the NFL. We go chill a little bit. You know, man, it'd be so hard to sometimes like stay consistent with like streaming when you gotta work, you gotta do all that. But I'm gonna force it. I'm gonna force it because I'm gonna make this my brand. And I just gotta do what I gotta do. It's just gonna be days that you don't feel like doing it, but you gotta do it. So you gotta do it, and I wanna like do it. So shout out to all y'all that been watching. We about to do the NFL playoff prediction. Let me go play some bets. I got like this $5 bonus bet. So if anybody want to make bets on FanDuel, go to FanDuelSportsbook.com. I'll send the code so y'all can be able to you can be able to place a bet. All right, so let's get it. Let's get it right now. All right, so let me share my screen, of course. Let me share. All right, so the freaking playoffs is here. You see San Francisco, they have a bye right now. San Francisco, and then the AFC side, we have the Ravens. They also got a bye. So we got we got the first round. We got Eagles against the Bucks. We got LA. We got the Rams against Detroit. We got Green Bay against the Cowboys. AFC side, we got the Browns versus the Texans. We got Dolphins versus Kansas City, and we got the Bills versus the Steelers. So let's get to it. Let's see the odds of these matchups before we even go. All right, so let's get it. So we got the odds. We have the over under right here. These are the odds and who's favored. Let's just go to the sports book for a second before I do predictions. They got the over under. They got that. All right. So let's see. Let me see stories. All day on what's the name? Retired. Shout out to Bill Belichick. He retired. All right, forget. Let's go straight to it. So we got the Browns versus the Texans. Browns versus the Texans. So they're gonna be at Houston. That's gonna be a good game. That's gonna be a good game. Flacco been playing lights out. He's been like the savior for the Browns season. And remember the Browns, they had so many different quarterbacks that played this year. When Deshaun Watson got hurt, and Deshaun Watson played mediocre as hell this year, and he have a big contract, so you don't want the fans to get mad. But I could see the Browns. I could see the Browns having a similar storyline, similar road to the Super Bowl, like the Eagles that year. I believe is back in 2018. I think they could have a similar, like a really really similar road to the Super Bowl. Because remember, Nick Foles, he was the quarterback of that team because Carson Wentz was out for the season. I believe he had the torn ACL and he was out for the year. And Nick Foles went all the way and win it. It's just the fact that the Eagles was at home, so they could have lost to the Falcons in that road playoff game, but they at home. So let's see what we have here. So they actually have the Browns -2. -2. So that means that if it was in Cleveland, it would be, they will be they'll be like probably like -4-ish, 5-ish, and depending on the weather, since the Houston Texans a dome team. But CJ Stroud been playing extremely well. He's been playing extremely well. So let's see. Here we go. Oh, let's see. All right. Let's see right here. We got some good storylines. So the storyline for the Browns, right, is the fact that Deshaun Watson, he's gonna get his former team in the Texans, but Deshaun Watson is out for a year. So it's a storyline, it's a connection right then and there. So we can see. So the Browns, well, it's 2.5 right here. Now it's two. Browns minus 148. Bet $10 to win 16 total. Texas 124. Bet $10 win 22. All right, so let's place my prediction. I believe in this game. I believe the Browns is gonna win. I'm gonna just pick the Browns money line. All right, they're gonna let me click it. I'm gonna pick the Browns money line. I feel like and see, I got a bonus bet that I'm gonna use. I'm gonna pick the Browns money line. The simple fact that the Browns, I feel like they got the better team right now. Houston have a lot of injuries. On Bell that's out, even though Collins been playing extremely well. They got a couple of key players on defense that's out. But the Browns is rolling right now. The Browns, they have a better team, better offense, way better defense. Even though Houston's at home, I'm going to pick the Browns money line. I feel like they playing in the higher level, even though CJ Stroud is the better quarterback. Some people's picking the better quarterback in this situation, but I'm going to pick the better team, which is the Browns, and they're going to advance. I wish I could do. Is there a bracket that you can predict the bracket? Let me see. If you could predict the bracket, because I want to know who would they play. Like, who would they play? Because I'm not sure who would they play in this bracket. Let me go back. Because I want to see like the bracket. Let me go back. All right, so it looks like the Browns would play. They would play the Ravens, right? Oh, so they'll play the Ravens. Would that happen? Let me see. Let me see. Complete your playoff bracket. Let me see this. Would they allow me to do it? The heck is this? It says I'm trying to figure out how you would do it. Play Super Bowl playoff. What's the name? No. I'm on with this. But to that load up, we're gonna pick the Browns money line. We could pick the minus two. I believe the Browns could probably win by. Yeah, let's do that. Instead of the money line, we're just gonna do -2. I feel like they could win by. I think they could win by a field goal. So that means that they'll win the spread, a field goal or more. So you get more money with that, with the 110. So damn, this ain't still taking forever. What the heck? But how do I complete?
Super Bowl champion. And now you can put your football knowledge to the test with the Super Bowl Challenge. Here's how it works. The NFL playoffs are made up of 7 teams from each of the league's 2 conferences, the AFC and the NFC. The tournament's 4 rounds are played over 5 weeks, with the champion of each conference meeting in the Super Bowl. Pick the winners of all 13 playoff games on the road to the Super Bowl and compete against friends and NFL fans from around the world.
That's pretty dope.
At the end of each week, you can alter your prediction for the remaining games in the playoffs. You can also create your own private league and challenge your friends and family
That's just
to
that.
make predictions and prove their NFL knowledge. Sign up, invite your friends, and make your...
I want to say, that's pretty cool. But I just want to show the visual of it. I don't really care too much about this. I want to see like the visual. I want to see what team that they play. Because it is like based off of the numbers and stuff like that. Let me see. All right. Oh, so this gives us a better description of it. So Baltimore played a lower seed here. Let me just tell me that. So they'll play a lower seed. So I have the Browns winning, right? So depending on, all right. So I got the Browns. So for the remaining one, Browns would be right there. They will be facing Baltimore at the moment. So let's just go now. So now we got the Dolphins versus the Kansas City Chiefs. I don't like these points. So you got Kansas City, only minus 4.5. I think that number is way too small. Way too small. The Dolphins have not beat a winning team in like the Stone Ages. They said the Dolphins since 2017 have not beat a team when the weather is 40 degrees and lower. It's gonna be 0 degrees. I don't feel like they have a shot at all of winning this game. So not only I'm gonna pick Kansas City, I'm gonna pick Kansas City with the points. I feel like Kansas City could win by 7 or even 10 points. I feel like they can definitely win 7 or 10 points. If they let me use the parlay. Oh, okay, the parlay over here. So I feel like 7 and 10 points. The reason why I got Kansas City probably by 7 or 10 points, and it's Kansas City moving on. I feel like the Dolphins are number one. They're too finesse. Too finesse. Dolphins have a lot of injuries on the defensive side of the ball, even though they still playing well on defense. They played Buffalo well. Miami, they was good enough to win that game on defense. 4 turnovers, and three interceptions by, I believe it was Josh Allen, and a fumble. They should have won that game, but I don't believe Tua is all of that. I don't believe Tua is that good of a quarterback. I feel like Tua is an average quarterback at best. I feel like Tua is, in my opinion, I feel like Tua is a backup, but he's just an average quarterback at best. He'll be a great backup, but as a starter, if he can't even win with this team, I feel like he's just an average quarterback in my opinion. I feel like he don't have a good arm, and it's cold, so he's gonna have a hard time even throwing accurate balls. Kansas City have a great defense. This is probably the first time in the Mahomes era that Kansas City defense is carrying them because their offense is not. The fear of Kansas City right now is the fact that they don't have good receivers. The receivers been letting Mahomes down all day. They've been letting Mahomes down all day, and that can be a recipe of disaster. But Isaiah Pachenko, I hope I'm saying it right. He runs hard, and I feel like he's gonna have a good game running all on that Dolphins defense. So I will even pick a score. I'll pick the score. I'll have the game being about 21. Yeah, about 21-10. I don't feel like Dolphins going to score a lot of points. I'll say 21-10 or whatever. So we're going to pick the 4.5 with that. So that was that the recipe for that, since that's the lower seed. Damn, I wish they could let me pick. What do you mean? Oh, that's just what's tonight. I don't know why they won't let me pick. Let me see. Hold up. Somebody hit me. All right. So that means Kansas City, for now, they'll be at this seed right here. They'll be at this seed, whether they go get host a home game or not. Now we got Pittsburgh against Buffalo. And they not giving Pittsburgh a chance in hell of winning this game. I feel like the game is gonna be closer than people think, because Pittsburgh, I feel like culture is on the Pittsburgh Steelers side. Mason Rudolph, okay, he's a backup quarterback. Pittsburgh got a good running game. They're well coached. They got some good weapons. The receiver defense is solid, but I feel like Buffalo is like I said, they peaked at the right time, because they playoffs started right after they lost to the Eagles. They beat Dallas. They beat Kansas City. They beat the Dolphins. Who else they beat? They beat somebody else too. The Chargers, of course. The Patriots. So they went on a crazy win streak. So they playoffs started weeks ago. So I do want to pick the +10, but we're gonna play it safe and just pick Bills money line. I feel like Bills will have an outright win. I'm not sure how the score is going to be. Of course, it's going to be cold, but Pittsburgh, they good at the cold too. But it's pretty much down to quarterback, Mason Rudolph or Allen or Josh Allen. And Josh Allen lose this game, come on, it's terrible, like terrible. And I feel like Buffalo like I said, they on a mission right now. They is on a mission. So that means it will be Buffalo. It'll be Kansas City at Buffalo, and it'll be Baltimore. Baltimore playing the Browns, so the Browns will play Baltimore. So it'll be Baltimore versus the Browns, and Kansas City Buffalo rematch. So this is pretty good matchup, because you got rivalry, Cleveland and Baltimore Ravens, and you got pretty much a playoff rivalry with Kansas City. This time have to play in Buffalo, and they got a crazy rivalry right there. All right, so now we in the NFC side. So now we have Tampa Bay, Philly. Of course, San Fran got the bye. Detroit at the Rams, and then we got my fault. The Rams at Detroit, and Green Bay at Dallas. So let's do the playoff predictions. And place these bets. So of course I'm a Dallas Cowboy fan, whatever, but I'm not gonna be biased because I don't need to be biased. So damn. So the money line with the 7.5, they got it +100. So they feel like 7.5 is a good enough spread for Dallas. So you know what? I feel like this game, I feel like Dallas can win by 10. I feel like it'll be close in the beginning, but I feel like Dallas will come up with the victory. I feel like Dallas is a better football team. Packers been hot, but Packers have not played a team like Dallas. Especially Dallas is great at home. They won 16 straight. I don't feel like they're gonna lose to the Packers. Packers have been beating Dallas for a long time, but that's with Aaron Rodgers. Even though Aaron Jones is it Aaron Jones? Yeah, Aaron Jones. Yeah, so even though Aaron Jones, he does his thing. So do a player prop, have Aaron Jones go over 100 and touchdown, because he always do his thing against Dallas, because he wanted to go to Dallas and they didn't draft him. So I'm gonna pick Dallas. I should pick the Dallas 7.5. Yeah, I'm gonna pick Dallas 7.5. I feel like Dallas will win by 10 or more points. I feel like just Dallas, they on a roll. I feel like they're gonna score more than I got the score prediction. I feel like Dallas will win 33-20. 33-20. Dallas will win this game. I think Dallas they're gonna score as much as they possibly can. And like I said, Green Bay had a good year. This is a good year for them. You know, they started the season 2-5 and they roll right in the playoffs. But it's just there's levels to these teams. So I would pick Dallas with the plus 7.5 spread. I feel like this game they could win by 10 points. So now we got the Rams at Detroit. This game is dicey. So that means Dallas will be here. So it will probably be the winner out of these teams right here. Well, it will be out of they will have to play Detroit or they will have to play um play play Tampa. So it'll just be Detroit or Tampa or whatever because they can't play the lower seed. So let's do it. Let's do it. So this is probably the game of the playoffs, which is so dope that it's a night game. It's a Sunday night football game, even though Dallas Cowboys rate is always good, especially with Green Bay playing them. But the simple fact that we have a storyline here. The swap quarterbacks. Jared Goff got swapped with Matthew Stafford. Jared Goff took the Rams to the Super Bowl, but he couldn't take them over the hump. So they swapped quarterbacks, and Matthew Stafford was able to take them over the hump. But Jared Goff was able to be successful with the Detroit Lions. So the Detroit Lions been trending up since Goff became the quarterback of the Detroit Lions. So he elevated that team to now being a very, very dangerous team, very, very good team. They started the season extremely well. They started losing, but this is a successful year, 11-5 for the Lions. They haven't been there. They should have been 12-4 because they did beat my team. It was a phantom call. Probably was a favorable call because the Dallas Cowboys curse is broken. So that's the reason why for that. But now they have to play the Rams. The Rams is the most dangerous team in the NFC, in my opinion. So let's just do my prediction. The Rams, to me, been there, done that. The coach, I'm going to go with Big Vay because Campbell, he's too aggressive. Just way too aggressive for my liking. Just way too aggressive. He went for a two-point conversion 4 times. And one of the two-point conversions was at the 7th-yard line. Like, dude, man, like, kick the field goal, go to overtime, and see what happens there. So this game, I'm gonna go with the Rams. I feel like the Rams are gonna get an upset. I feel like the Rams is rolling in the right time. I don't like the Lions' pass defense at all. The Lions will be able to run well with the Rams, but I feel like the coaching is gonna be the reason for the Rams to win. And I feel like the Lions might have the better team, but the Rams have the better coach, and I feel like the Rams is playing at a little higher level than the Lions. And Puka had an amazing year. Then they got the running back Williams, and they got Cooper Kupp. I'm gonna just go with the Rams money line. I feel like the Rams will win, and that means that the Rams will go play. Well, for now they will play. No. They would definitely play because that's the lower seed. So they'll definitely play San Francisco 49ers. So they'll play San Francisco 49ers, and that's a division game with that. So now we got the last game of the first round of playoffs. We got the Eagles against the Bucks. The Eagles have been nosediving. The Eagles have injuries. AJ, Devontae, I keep forgetting his name. Devontae Smith injuries on the defense. I don't know if Darius Slay, which they really need because the defense is horrible. And then you got the other hand, you got the Buccaneers. They've been red hot. You know, they've been winning their games, even though they lost to the Saints. But the Saints always beat the Bucs. So they've been beating the Bucs even when they had Brady. But Baker has been solid for the Buccaneers. You got a future Hall of Famer, Mike Evans. You still got Godwin. You still got a real solid defense that doesn't give up a lot of points. Todd Bowles, you know, he's helping that defense a lot. Baker Mayfield, he probably found his home. Probably most likely will get be signed to another year. This is a tough game for me. This is it's very tough. This is tough because the Eagles is not playing well. Jada Hurts is not playing well, and I do like Todd Bowles against Jada Hurts. It's some things that Bosa said. There were some things that Bosa said to stop Jada Hurts, so we can see that real quick. Hold up, we can see that real quick because these guys been predicting what Jalen Hurts did, and then ever since then, Jalen Hurts been struggling like badly. Let me see. So first, we're gonna do Joey Bosa. I mean, Bosa. Is it Joey? Not Joey's his brother. Okay. Nick Bosa talking about Hurts. Let's see. The blueprint. So he basically had basically was talking about a blueprint. Ever since then, they've been nosediving. They've been nosediving like dramatically. So let's see. Hold up. And Bosa split because he knew the Cowboys was the only way they can get that number one seed. So they had to beat the Eagles that time. But let's see what that's the blueprint. Ever since this blueprint came out, they've been nosediving. Because remember, they lost once oh yeah, I want to make sure. Once San Fran blew them out, the Dallas Cowboys blew them out next week. And then who they play after that? I forgot who they played. Let me see. Who did Eagles play after that? I just know they just started nosedive. I'm not sure it was the Bills. Nah, because they came back on the Bills. And hold up, let me see. Eagles schedule. Remember, the Eagles was 10-1 at one point. All right, so they lost three. They lost three straight because they after that they lost to Seattle. They did beat the Giants barely. They lost to the Cardinals and they lost to the Giants. All right, so before I do that, the Philadelphia Eagles, in my opinion, hold up, let me so y'all can see me. My opinion, I feel like the Philadelphia Eagles, they was gonna get exposed sooner or later. They never blow out any team, even if they're a team that they're supposed to beat. They haven't blew out any team the whole season. They've been barely sneaking out these victories. I feel like their defense was overrated. They just, if they can't get to the passer, they're doomed. Cause the secondary, Bradbury to me is trash. Like how AJ, I bet Deebo Samuel said he's trash to me. He always get cooked. They've been getting away with the skin of their teeth. The Kansas City game, if Scantrick, all he had to do is catch the ball, is ball game. They're losing that game. The Buffalo Bills game, the Buffalo Bills was up 24 to I think it was 24-13. You had an 11-point lead. They threw an interception, and in the overtime, Josh Allen was supposed to score. Gabriel, it was just the wrong side. That was a touchdown. I would have been ball game too. Dallas Cowboys, if Dak would have stood in bounds, they would have lost that game too. So they would have had mad losses. They could have easily lost in overtime against the freaking Commodores. I don't call them the Commanders. I call them the Washington Commodores. They could have easily lost to them in overtime in Philly. They could have easily lost to the Vikings. It was just all their games except for the Dolphins, because the Dolphins can't beat a good team. Except for the Dolphins, they barely won. And you can't just you have to win. You have to win good somehow. And I feel like them changing their offensive coordinator and defensive coordinator hurt them a lot. The defense just I don't know their defensive scheme. Can't get to a quarterback, they're in trouble. And offensively, they're just too predictable. And we're gonna hear let's hear Bosa talk about it, and then we're gonna hear McCaffrey talk about it too. So they were setting a blueprint.
Going back and looking at the tape, I know you were really happy about this after the game. Just the kind of the cohesive, selfless performance that you saw from the defense and specifically the line. How did that look upon review?
You definitely get frustrated as pass rushers when the quarterback's holding the ball for that long, no matter what your game plan is. But when you look at what we set out to do and what we planned on doing, we did exactly that. So when you play on a good team like this, a really good team, you have to sometimes give up some of these selfish type statistical rushing out of your gap, stuff like that.
All right, so basically he's saying that just contain your side. As long as you contain your side, you can shut a running quarterback down like that. Sometimes, because if you go after a running quarterback like Lamar, like Jalen Hurts, like a Kyler Murray, all these running quarterbacks, if you're not disciplined of containing that quarterback, all they're gonna do is they're gonna run right at you and go through that gap, and then they're gonna be going. They're gonna get they could get 10 yards off of that play. So he's saying just gotta be disciplined. It does get frustrating them holding the ball, but you have to contain them in the pocket. So
for the bigger picture, and I think we did that great. And we made Jalen stay in the pocket and escape outside instead of those B gaps, and paid off.
When you get that kind of game plan, does it take like kind of a leap of faith? Like, is this really going to work?
Yeah, I mean, you see it on tape though, and then obviously we put the blueprint out there. Hopefully, Cowboys watch the tape,
Cowboys did watch the tape because it was a blowout, 33-10, 33, I think 33-13. They blew them out. Cowboys watched the tape, easy blueprint. They turned the ball over, I believe it was 4 times that game. Jalen Hurts had another bad game. They ran the ball well, but Jalen Hurts couldn't get a rhythm thanks to Joey Bosa saying that. And that's why their defense is so predictable.
Yeah, he wasn't completing passes when he had to roll behind or outside, and those tackles kick so much that it invites you to pick a side and let him go.
I do notice that by Jalen Hurts because I was watching the Giants game, and every time he ran outside the pocket, he couldn't complete those passes. So that is concerning moving forward for a guy like Jalen Hurts in the Philadelphia Eagles. That's very concerning.
Because Jalen's looking at the rush every play. So yeah, you just have to be disciplined and not give him that quick escape route where he could get to his guys quick. And it paid off. And our back end played awesome.
That's the key, right?
Yeah.
Those guys have to be.
You have to plaster, yeah, for sure.
You guys have Kyler Murray coming up with that one more trade.
All right, and I want to. It's another. And this was the nail of the cough, I think, for the Eagles season. With Christian McCaffrey, he is a running back. He doesn't even play defense. He was just predicting on Monday Night Football with Eli and Peyton. He's predicting exactly what Jalen Hurts is going to do. Let me see. Hurts plays. Let me see if it pops up. Let me do this. Christian McCaffrey on Monday Night Football with Eli. I'm trying to find that one when he was with Eli. Not the. I want to see when he was talking about talking about Hurts. I'm trying not take so long because we still got to make a prediction. But I'm just trying to break it down. All right, let me see. Hold up.
New fan.
Hold up. I'm trying to see.
Sunday.
Welcome back. Let's welcome in 49ers All-Pro running back Christian McCaffrey. Christian, your team beat the Cardinals 45-29 yesterday. Y'all are 11-3, best record in the NFL. You had 3 touchdowns. How are you guys feeling?
Feeling good, man. Definitely feeling good. You know, it was a big win yesterday.
All right, let me see. Hold
To
up.
protect.
You're gonna love this ride.
And that when he was predicted, that was just the ice on the cake. I said their season's about to be over.
Up there, as you guys know, you know they're listening to, you know, any kind of protection change. They could be audibling to a run. You never know, but you definitely got to hear what he's saying. And that's probably the loudest stadium I've ever been in. When it's that loud, you got to go up in the ear and listen.
Yeah, it's always nice for you guys to walk up and hear so he can just say it one time, right? Change the protection to tell the line and to tell you as well. Now, be honest, right? RPOs, right? I'm on the record saying running backs don't like RPOs. You like R's, right? Where do you weigh in, right? Don't you just want them handing the ball to you and not pulling it out, throwing it a bubble screen?
I go back and forth. If it works, any play that works, I'm a fan of. I get the question, do you like to run the touchdown?
Look at the run block.
Touchdown?
They still got a
how it happens. I like
line.
the plays that work, but RPOs are interesting for running backs because you talk about playing without the ball and carrying out fakes.
I'm trying to find the
On
play.
an RPO, you're still getting hit. You're just getting hit without the ball, and you're not blocking. So the goal is to get tackled. So essentially, you're getting tackled without the ball. Is it the most fun thing to do? I wouldn't call it most fun thing to do, but it's necessary to execute the play. I did it a lot with Cam Newton, and we had a lot of success in Carolina doing those different RPOs, early in my career. But it is hit or miss. Sometimes they're great. Sometimes you get the short end of the stick.
Man, I think we're in the red zone.
All right, here you go.
Hey, tee him up, B. All right, Christian, you have an opportunity to
watch how he
on the
predict
perfect prediction.
exactly what's going to happen.
Right here. Do you think the Eagles score a touchdown, and how do they score it?
Jalen Hurts is running a QB draw to the left. The tight end's going to pull. He's deep. Tight end's deep, so he's sifting backside. There you go.
Oh, look at that. Look at that.
He sifted, but it wasn't to the left.
All right, even though he got the wrong side, he predicted it based off of the formation, and that becomes an issue. That becomes an issue. That's the reason why. Oh, this prediction is so hard. I think Todd Bowles, he's gonna figure it out, and their defense is bad. And it's crazy because I did a prediction before. That was probably 2 weeks ago. And I did predict the Eagles should beat the Buccaneers. They should beat the Buccaneers. This one is tough, man. I'm gonna say the Buccaneers is gonna win. I feel like Baker, he's gonna be at home. He's gonna be extremely competitive. I feel like just Eagles is nosediving. They got some key injuries. I don't even know if they can overcome that. We don't even know Devontae Smith is playing. We don't know if AJ is playing. They will have to run the ball. Todd Bowles is one of the best defensive coaches in the game. I'm gonna say Buccaneers is gonna outright win this game. I think they'll win by. I think they'll win. I'll have the score being. I'll have it be a 21-17. I I'll have it be 21-17. I feel like the Buccaneers gonna win. I feel like Eagles is just it's just no point at this. They just playing bad football, and hopefully, I don't know if they're gonna fire the coach. I don't get it because he went to the Super Bowl, but I don't know where they go from here. They just nosedive. They just can't beat. They just can't beat anybody at this point. When you get when a Giants team is beating you 24-0 in the first half, it's just a recipe for disaster. I feel like Jada Hurts is also hurt. Offense is extremely predictable. You see how the 49ers put the blueprint out, and every team been beating them ever since. So I'm going to say the Buccaneers. So what makes it now we got something here. So Dallas will play the Buccaneers. Well, the Buccaneers will play Dallas because, they the 4th seed, and the Rams will play the Saints, which is extremely interesting. So that will be my picks. So let's put the bonus bet there. $5, you win $236. Let's place it, and then we good money. Place the bet, we good money, and we're gonna see what happens there. So we got the bet up there, and we're gonna see what happens with that. So yeah, I might end it here. Just wanted to talk about sports. I was gonna play the game, but I'm gonna take a nap before work. This was a quick stream. Hope everybody enjoyed it, and hope everybody enjoyed the stream. And also hit that like button, share button on YouTube. It helps the algorithms. Also, please follow me on Twitch. Follow me on TikTok, Main Event Trade 33. Follow me on Instagram, Main Event 33, and all that good stuff. Salute to y'all for enjoying the stream, and I see you when I see you. Peace out. Main Event Trade, I can do all things.